Hi, welcome back. The house move is all complete now. We've been here about a week and a half, I suppose. We've had so many problems with the property, but that's another story anyway. That's the enjoyable thing of brewing. I haven't used the equipment for quite a while, so I've given it all a good clean, got everything set up. Because of everything we've got to do with the house, I've just put the greenhouse up as a temporary measure, somewhere to store things. And obviously for my brewery. So we're currently waiting for the HLT to get up to temperature. We're at 49 degrees Celsius at the moment. So as soon as we're up to temperature, we can start mashing in. Just got the grains to put in and get everything set up. And most importantly, I'm going to go and get the recipe. Right then guys, we've got the ingredients and now the recipe. Today I'm going to be brewing a steam beer, a California Common. I tried the Anchor California Common and really enjoyed it a little while ago. It's a nice unoffensive beer, so I thought I'd give that a go. I've decided to call it Ocean City Steam, just because we're in the Ocean City here. And the malts are 2.5 kilograms of Marisotta, 0.35 kilograms of caramel crystal malt 120, so dark crystal. 50 or half a kilogram, 50 grams of, or no, it's 500 grams, isn't it? 500 grams of Munich malt 20. That's all going to be mashed in for an hour. So the hop schedule is going to be 40 grams of Challenger as a first water addition. So we're going to put the hops straight into the boiled kettle as I put the water in. The second is going to be the Halitoa, 15 grams at 15 minutes to go. And then at flame out there's another 15 grams of Halitoa. And as a dry hop, which I'll put in probably 2 or 3 days into fermentation, is a 20 gram drop of Halitoa. I'm going to be using the well flock as well to coagulate proteins. I haven't got a wort chiller still. I want to make a counterflow wort chiller. Just haven't got around to it, or had the spare cash at the minute really. So what I've done in the past is, after the boil, I've run the hot wort through the Hermes coil with ice cold water in the HLT. Last night I froze some blocks of tubs of water, so hopefully they're blocks of ice now, in some takeaway tubs, just as many as I could fit in the freezer. So I'll fill the HLT up, chuck them in, and then when the time's right we'll run the wort straight through that and then back into the boil kettle. It seemed to be quite good last time. You get the benefit of warming up the HLT as well for cleaning afterwards, so to try and save the water. But there we go. So I've got a couple of things that I got for Christmas. I've got a nice timer which I'm going to be using for the first time today, and small set scales for doing ideally that's for doing water additions, but I've decided not to do them on this occasion. here in the southwest we've got relatively soft water, so it seems, I haven't got a water report yet, it seems to be very similar to the water that would be used for the California Common. So I'm just leaving the water as it is for the minute. We'll play with that another day. But the scales I've got were ideally for measuring out small quantities for water adjustments, but I'm going to try and use them for the hops today. So just going to start weighing out the ingredients. Right, all the grains are in, so we're not far off of mashing in temp, which is, got this set to 76, but I would just check. We want a 66.7 degrees Celsius mash, Beer Smith is telling me that I need 72.7 degrees Celsius. So we set 72.7 as a set point on the PID. Set 72.7 as the set temperature for the PID. I'm just going to re-soak the water just to make sure it's an even temperature. I use these little solar pumps. I've only got the one at the minute. Should get another in case it goes wrong. And I find them really good. So we're just, I'm just flushing it through the Holmes coil as well. I've already given it a clean once, but just want to make sure it's clean with something a bit hotter as well. So just mixing that around is just bringing the temperature down. So we're just about, we're 72.7 at the minute. So give me 1 second, I'll just swap over the pipes, because that's cold. Nah, it's getting warm now. That's hot. That's hot. Well, in fact, the temperature's dropped a bit more than that. We're down to 68. So I'll just give it a little sec to run through the pump and just get itself nice and level and even. Running, guys. We're just about to mash in. The grain bill's in. Just going to check that we're at the right level. We need to mash in with just under 15 litres of water. So I'm just going to open the HLT. Open the brew. Yeah, keep it on top for 1 second. Put the pump on. And open that. So we're underletting, which hopefully will alleviate any chance of dough balls. Got the trusty spoon there, just to give it a good stir. Just to make sure that we don't have anything. I understand giving the mash a really good stir just after you've mashed in is going to increase your efficiency. Obviously not commercial, so it's not of great importance with the cost, but you get everything you can out of the grains. Now, I followed the recipe on Beersmith. This looks to be quite loose, really, the mash. But that's what it said, so I don't want to change too much. It does smell really good. Just making sure I've got everything in there, no dough balls whatsoever. I do find, I haven't been doing this brewing for too long, but I do find underletting so much easier. Certainly works for me. So we're giving that a good stir. Just going to get the temperature probe and plonk that in. We're looking for 66.7 degrees Celsius. This morning I went and turned on my trusty temperature probe and absolutely nothing happened. It normally displays off, but it just went blank, which wasn't good. My understanding, if we end up mashing at a too high a temperature, we're going to extract more unfermentable sugars than if we extract at the correct temperature. So if anything, we'll hit 67, there's a bit of a warm spot there. Just going to give that another stir. The one thing I didn't do today was preheat the mash tun, and it is a little bit cooler today. It's only about 13 degrees out here at the minute, so it's a bit cooler than last time I brewed. Right, we got the HLT on because I want to use the Herms coil. We're sitting at 65.3, so I would quite like to bring it up a little bit. So I've got the facility of the Herms coil, so I'm just going to swap some piping over and we'll get things running through that. I always have to think when I sort these hoses out. We're coming out the bottom of the mash tun, through the pump, going in the top of the Herms coil, coming out the bottom, going into the spar jar. So what I'm going to do is the temperature is up to 72.7, so I'm just going to pop the pump on. Ideally I want to go quite slow to start with. So what I should do is slow the pump from the outside, not on the inlet. It should be on the outlet, but I don't have the facility to do that at the minute, so I've gone the other way. I don't want to run it through quick because I don't want to disturb that grain bed too much. So I'm just running it slow. You can watch the colour change on the hoses. Go again, there we go. Shouldn't be too long. There we go, we're starting to get a bit of colour change on that pipe, that hose. So everything's running through there. That was something I didn't want to happen. There we go. Too much air in that. So the only thing I found with these solar pumps is, I suppose all the pumps for brewing, they need to be primed. Sometimes you drag some air through. There we go. There's some more air coming through. Right then, the mash is complete. It all looks really good. Just going to do a quick gravity reading. So we've got a pipette. Looks lovely and clear. Just going to leave that there to cool. Nice and sweet. So we just leave that one to cool. You can take the temperature probe out now. Is that a wash off? Right, so we just got to mash out now. Or not mash out, sorry. Just run the mash out. So first of all, if I can find it. I have a jug. I wasn't really prepared, but there you go. So I'm just going to open the valve slowly. this is going to work. Working on gravity. Yeah, I think it's good. Maybe not. So we're just looking for nice clear wort. Before I do that, we've got our first wort addition of 40 grams of Challenger. I'm using a pellet hop, so I'll put that straight into the boil kettle. And now I can start running the wort in. Just going to run the wort in very slowly under gravity at the moment. It's filling nicely. We'll have a look what our first reading is. We've got 1068 as our first run-ins. We've got the wort into the boil kettle now. There's a sample in the trial jar. It's a little darker than I anticipated and maybe a little redder, but I'm quite happy because steam beers can be reasonably dark. We've managed to get 30 litres into the boil kettle. We got 1038. We was aiming for 1043, so we're a little bit shy on our pre-boil gravity. I'm not going to worry too much, although the numbers are good. Obviously haven't hit them this time. So we'll wait and see what we get post-boil. We've got the first wort hops in. It's boil started, so let's just wait for that to get a bit hotter really. Okay, we're fast approaching the 15-minute hop drop. So we've got our whirl flock and our Halatoa. There we go. So there's the Halatoa and the whirl flock, or Proto flock, whatever it is. You think mine's called Protaflock. I think it's the same as the Wellflock tablets. It should be interesting because I usually use, or so far I've used leaf hop. But I've tried the pellet today, and I'm hoping that it'll just make cleaning the boil kettle a little bit easier. But only time will tell. I mentioned earlier about the about not having a water chiller. So you can see them. I've frozen some takeaway pots with water, so I'm just going to drop them in the HLT. It's already got some water in. So we've just got big lumps of ice, and I'm hoping that's just going to bring the temperature right down. Well, the brew day's practically over now. Just the last little bit of warp coming through. It's at about 22 degrees Celsius. So what I'm going to do is put it in the fermentation fridge. Just let it chill down a bit. Hopefully I'll be able to pitch it before bed. All that's left for me to do now is give it a good clean up. I've started. Obviously got the boil kettle, which looks pretty sludgy in the bottom. All I can say is thank you for watching. If you like what I'm doing, please subscribe. You should see a button up here, and just over this side should be some more videos. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.